When I was young in elementary school, I noticed for the first time that my culture was different from one of my best friends. Her mom had me over for dinner, and they set the table all formal and everything, and we could only choose to drink milk or water, which I didn't like either. And everybody was silent while we ate dinner. And in my head, I'm like, what is this? Like, why can't I talk? And why can't I drink juice or soda? Because we were drinking it like 10 minutes ago. Then my friend came to my house for dinner. My whole family was there. Aunts, uncles, cousins. We were laughing, talking, drinking soda, and she loved it. And seeing my friend enjoy my family made me realize how great my culture and my family is.
The fiestas and Navidades, the Reyes, and the mambo and the conos. I love the music. Every corner in Puerto Rico, wherever I go, used to go, and the beach and the area and the streets, wherever everybody hang out with music. And the culture, maybe people playing dominoes, places like that. The food from Puerto Rico and the United States is real different. They come from the heart.
I'm Puerto Rican, but I didn't really appreciate it until I was about 13 years old and I went to Puerto Rico. It wasn't my first trip there though. I had already been there 3 times before. But for some reason, I appreciated it more this time, probably because I was a little bit older.
I didn't want to leave Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico was nice and the people were nice and the weather, and I used to like fishing and the tradition and the reunion, the united people, the way people treat other people, person, and it was beautiful.
I really realized how great my culture was. Siempre dicen que los puertorriqueños tienen este orgullo, and I found my orgullo on that trip. Puerto Rico had such a great vibe on that trip that I was like, it must be so good to live here. But sometimes the beauty of the island is not enough to stay.
I was 22 years old when I moved to the United States. Well, I was living with my mother, only in Puerto Rico. All my sisters and brothers and some of the family, they went to the United States. And I felt like I was lonely in Puerto Rico. And I didn't see no future in Puerto Rico. And that's why I decided to move to the United States to look for a better life for myself and my future family. Even I was over here with Puerto Rican, but they were like different, the Puerto Ricans in the United States, than the other Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico on the island. I felt like left out because in those days, my English was real poor. And people over here, they used to speak Spanglish. That's what I'm doing now. That's what I learned right now.
As I learned when I was 13 years old on my trip to Puerto Rico, culture is something to be proud of. We can't change where we came from or where our ancestors and relatives came from. So we just have to embrace it, and we can't let it disappear.
I got my bongos over here. I'm not a musician. I do it for a hobby. I listen to music in TV. I listen to the music and radio. And I like to listen to other old school people. They over here in the United States for the same reason that I came over here, and try to teach it to other person. The Puerto Rican is a tradition.
I love being Puerto Rican, and now that I appreciate it so much more, I can share my culture with others and make them love it just as much as I do.